Hi, happy to see you in this first lesson. This is Unit 1 with the theme Getting to Know People, and this is the first lesson in Unit 1. I'd like to draw your attention to the circular red sticker at the top right corner of the screen. Now this sticker will indicate to you the order of the lesson. So this is the very first lesson, so it's beginner 1.1. It'll help you to learn the lesson sequentially, because when you learn sequentially, you will be able to build up your skills, because the lessons actually go in an incremental order of difficulty, and whatever that's covered will be recapped again at the right point of time within a lesson that is to come later. For example, the grammar components or the words, the phrases, the sentences that you've learned now will be repeated later, just at that time when you're about to forget. So it'll help you to learn the lessons sequentially. Alright? At the end of today's lesson, you will be able to greet, wish, and ask how another person is, as well as answer correctly when you are asked how you are doing. Alright, let's get started. When you meet someone, you say, "Hello, my name is Tava." Perhaps you hold out your hand, right? And you could also say, "What is your name?" What is your name can also be pronounced as what's your name. It's an abbreviated form. So you could say, "What is your name?" or you could say, "What's your name?" "I'm Tava." "You are?" Okay. So usually we don't say, "Who are you?" We just say, "You are," with a slight upwards inflection of the voice. So that becomes a question. Okay? Could also say, "Hello, my name is Tava. What's yours?" Right? But I would like to remind you here, you do not say "what's yours" when you're in a formal setting. For example, you've walked into somebody's office where you have an appointment with the person. You would not say, "Hello, I'm so-and-so. What's yours?" You wouldn't say that. Instead, you can say, "Hello, I'm so-and-so. May I know your name, please?" Remember that. Okay? Right. We are still greeting. Now we're going to ask the person how they are. Right? So we can ask by saying, "How are you?" "How are you doing?" "How have you been?" All of these three phrases can be used, or these three questions can be used. Apart from these three, you can also say, "How do you do?" Okay, just add that to your notes. Anytime you need more time, just pause the video and you can write your notes. When you are asked the same, then you would say, "I am fine." "And you?" Or you can say, "I am good." "And you?" "I am great." "And you?" These are all sentences that you can use when you're feeling good. But let's say if you're feeling a little under the weather, usually we seldom say, "I'm bad." You would say, "I'm bad" if you're really in a bad situation. Okay, but otherwise, you're a little bit under the weather, you've got a slight headache or you've got a flu, you would say, "I'm alright," "I'm okay." Yeah, these are the terms that we typically use in English. Okay? You see the phrases that I mentioned just now. "I'm alright." "And you?" "I am very well, thank you." "And you?" Usually when you're saying this, "I'm very well, thank you," we are in a very happy mood because something great happened, yeah? And you could also just say, "Good." "You?" Okay? And I would like you to take note here that again the abbreviated form for "I am" is "I'm." Choose the one that you're comfortable with. Okay? Usually When you're a beginner, you tend to say I am, but as you become more comfortable and confident, you'll automatically pronounce it as I'm. What? Right? It'll become an abbreviated form. Let's now practice. So if you meet someone, you would say hello, good morning. And if those phrases are spoken to you, it's very easy to reply. You just have to say the same thing. You just repeat it. It's so easy, right? But you say it with a slightly different tone than the person who spoke those phrases to you, so that you don't sound like you're mocking the person. So you would go, hello. If the person says, hello, good morning, then you would just reply, hello, good morning. Change the tone a little so that you don't sound like you're mocking the person or parroting the person, right? Now, good morning is not the only greeting. There is good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You can also say good day, and there is good night. But usually we don't use good night when we are meeting someone. I will explain that to you later. Even if you're meeting a friend at a restaurant, it's night time, but you just arrived there to enjoy a dinner with this friend, you would not say hello, good night, okay? It's just not appropriate. You would still say good evening. I'll explain this to you a little more at the end of this lesson. All these are practices for formal setting. So let's say you meet someone and that person has company with him or her. So that person, you would say, my name is Greg, and you are, if your name is Greg, of course. If your name is something else, just use your name. Understood, yeah? So let's say the person says, my name is Greg, and you are. So you would reply, I am John, and this is Alice. Maybe you can continue by also saying, I am John, and this is Alice, my secretary or my colleague or my boss, depending on who Alice is. All right? More practice. How are you? The answer is, I am fine, thank you. And you? I am good. You can say, I am great. I am fine. I am all right. I am okay. Yeah, these are all sentences and phrases that you can use. The earlier two situations were formal. Now let's look at an informal situation. In an informal situation, you can be more brief. You can say, hi, good afternoon. And the reply is just mirror the person who greeted you by saying the same thing. Hi, good afternoon. Or it could be, hi, good morning. Or hi, good evening. But never good night. Okay? And then you carry on with, how are you doing? Good. You? I'm alright. Or I'm great. I'm fine. Just another reminder, whatever greetings, wishes that you use in a formal setting, it's completely alright to use it in an informal setting. It won't sound weird or awkward like in some other languages. I know in Tamil, for example, if you say something in a formal setting, it would sound very awkward to say the same thing in an informal setting. But this is not true in English. In English, whatever you say in a formal setting, especially with regard to wishing and greeting and asking about how the person is, it's just fine for you to use it in an informal setting. But what you use in an informal setting, some of it might be inappropriate to be used in a formal setting. So just look out for that, right? Finally, as promised, a reminder, Good night is never used when you meet someone. When you're saying hi, you don't pair hi or hello with good night, even though it is night time. You would use good evening instead. If it's night time, you have just met someone and you're going to sit down and have dinner together, even if you're meeting that person at 10 at night, you wouldn't say hi, good night. You would still say hi, good evening. This is because in English, good night is regarded as being equivalent or always paired with bye. You only say bye, good night, or if you're all at the same place, let's say you're away on a retreat or a team building event, and you've just had dinner in the hotel and all of you are going to disperse and go to your room. At that point you can say good night because it's same as goodbye or bye-bye. Okay, so you can say bye, good night, but never hello, good night. Alright, so that's the end of the lesson. I hope it has been useful. If you like this lesson, click like, subscribe and follow every lesson sequentially all the way to your fluency. Bye. See you again in lesson 1.2.